Hi, grant writing peeps. Dr. E here. We're in week 10, and I wanted to just kind of review some things that we've talked about before for the sake of your own project. Now, we've talked about the logic of grant writing before. All programs begin with a need. What is the problem or need that your community, that your client is addressing? With the food bank, there were a number of issues, but we focused on the lack of produce for rural elderly people. So that many needs, but that was the need that they were focusing on. So what was the problem? Well, elderly people are place bound and they don't have a lot of income, and so they didn't have access to food at all, much less fresh fruits and vegetables. So that has all kinds of problems in terms of weight, in terms of nutrition, and other issues as well. So a need, and there are many needs depending on what you're talking about. You're doing cat shelters, homeless animals. I mean, people like kitties, but also kitties, animals that are unhomed can become public health issues. They can hurt people, they can hurt other animals. And Corpus Christi is a city whose tourism depends on birds. And believe it or not, the number one killer of birds in the United States is cats. So, and again, I'm not trying to go off on any one thing, but the idea is that there is a problem or a community that your agency is addressing. And then based on that need or problem, they come up with a program, something to address that need. What is your nonprofit? What is the agency doing that's going to address that need? Once you've got a need, got a program, there needs to be some goals, which are broad, general, ambitious. Reduce hunger, increase the number of pets adopted, but begins with a verb. It's ambitious, it's broad, but then there are objectives, which are very specific, measurable things that show how the program is going to address the need. In the food bank grant, it was going to increase the number of rural delivery sites by 5 at the end of 2023. That's what one group did. Another group did a certain number of pounds of food, or a certain number of families served, whatever. But in each case, it was a specific number that shows how more of the kind of healthy food is going to flow to these families in need. We got to determine if we're doing a good job. There's got to be an evaluation. So you've got the needs, you got a program, you got goals and objectives, and are we doing a good job? Did we do it? Did we achieve these objectives or not? So you got to evaluate that. And then you got to have a budget. And a budget is basically the conclusion, and it shows how the money is being used to address the need as well. There should be a clear line between the budget back through the goal, the evaluation, back through the goals and objectives to the program, to the need as well. So clear logic from the need all the way to the budget. And I realize that's a review, but I wanted to go through that again. Plus, we're also kind of doing a little bit out of order in our project because, I'm sorry, there is a little graphic that shows these, but we've been given a program. So we start working with a nonprofit and they tell us what they want the grant written for. So we're actually starting with the program. So we're starting a little bit backwards. So what we've got to do is we've got to go back and identify the community need that the agency has, and then we can create our goals and objectives. So we're given a program and we got to identify the need, then we create the goals and objectives. So that's kind of it, really. I just wanted to review that with you as well. And I wanted you to think about that because we're going to be doing needs and goals and objectives first. And I am going to put those slides that I just showed you in the chat if you want to refer to them. So remember the logic of grant writing. Keep that in mind. Thank you.